Hey everybody, I want to show you how to use your TI83 or your TI84 to solve a 3x3 linear system. So this is the longer process that works for all the calculators, especially the older operating systems. If you have a newer TI84 Plus or a TI84 Color Edition, there is a shortcut, and I have another video for that. You might check that out, it'll be faster. But this process I'm going to show you works for all the calculators and it works all the time. So imagine we got this system over here. 3 equations, 3 unknowns. Let's enter this system into the calculator and solve it. Now the calculator can't handle the equation like it is, so we're going to need to create an augmented matrix. So we're going to use this augmented matrix that represents that system to solve, and we're going to enter this into the calculator. So there are several steps that we need to do that. So first step is we're going to have to open up the matrix menu. Right down here under the x to the negative 1 power is the matrix menu over there. So we're going to go second, x to the negative 1. And that brings up the matrix menu. And there is the names, the math, and the edit. These are different sub-menus of the matrix command. So what we need to do first is edit. So we're going to arrow over here twice to get into the edit menu. And all of these are different matrices where we can store information. A, B, and C. Unless you're doing multiple problems and many matrices all at the same time, you'll probably just need to use A. Now you might have a calculator that's already got something in A. It says 2x3 in A. And if that's the case, it doesn't matter, because when you edit, we're going to hit enter, and that will take us into the old matrix, whatever's in there, and we're just going to enter in new data. Now if you have a blank there, there's nothing there, doesn't matter as well, because we'll be entering the same information. So now that we've highlighted the edit command, we're going to hit enter. And to do our augmented matrix, we have 3 row, it's a 3x4, 3 rows, 4 columns. So we're going to have to tell the calculator that it is 3 enter by 4 enter. And so it configures the data that we're going to enter in. All the cells now are in a 3x4 configuration. And we just type in these numbers. So the numbers that are in there from before doesn't matter. We'll just type over those numbers. So 1, you may have a different number there, and you would have to type in a new number. But I already have 1. I'm going to type in 1 anyway. And then 2, enter, -3, enter, and 9, enter. And that typed in the first row, and like a typewriter, it's come back to the second row. I'm going to do 2, enter, -1, enter 2, enter, -8, enter, and then continue 3, -1, -4, and 3. And I want to double check my matrix, so I'm going to arrow around to the beginning and navigate through this, and I see 1, 2, 3, 2, -1, -1, that's confirmed. -3, 2, -4, that's confirmed. I'm going to arrow to the back. 9, -8, 3, 9, -8, 3. So I've checked everything to make sure my matrix is edited and entered in correctly. That's the first step. Second step, now that I'm done with editing, I have to quit this edit mode. So quit the edit mode, you just go to second mode, and that brings us back to the home screen. Okay, just a second ago I realized that this was the wrong button. I had the wrong icon in there, but it is the second and mode buttons that you type. And I know this is small right now on my last screen. I have a slightly bigger summary that you can look at. But so now that we've done the editing and we quit the edit mode, the next thing we have to do is we have to go into the calculation command of the matrix menu. So we're going to open up the matrix menu again, but this time we're going into the calc. So it's the second x to the -1. We just need 1 arrow, so we're going to go second matrix, and this time we need to get into the calc sub menu. the math submenu. So we're just going to arrow over once. And this gives us a lot of calculation functions that we can choose from for matrices. But in our intermediate algebra, we don't need these except for the reduced row echelon form. Now you may have teachers that are using some of those other ones, but this is the primary tool here to solve a system of 3x3 equations, is the reduced row echelon form, the RREF. That's the best one. You can solve with the REF, but it's going to give you extra work if you use that one. So this one is by far the easiest. So once you highlight B, or REF, hit enter. And it's going to take that function and put that function on the home screen. And it's going to calculate a function of the matrix. But the function needs input. And that's the last thing we've got to do, is we've got to enter in the input. So it's going to do a reduced row echelon function on our matrix. So step 4, we're going to open up the matrix menu and select the right name of our function. So we'll go second, matrix. And the names menu is already highlighted. Name of matrix A, name of matrix B, and name of matrix C, and etc. But all our data is in matrix A, and it's already highlighted. So if we hit enter, it will give us the input into our function. And it's just good hygiene to close the parenthesis there. And now we can hit enter again to calculate the solution. So the solution to this 3x3 is the order triple, -1 to -2. So if that gives you the whole solution, that's all done. Now I want to show you another trick. I've got a couple minutes. Let's say that you have a completely different problem here. And we do a different problem, or maybe we saw that there was a mistake in our problem. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show a mistake here. So here we go. Okay, so let's say, for example, there was a mistake. So notice how I've changed the number. It used to be 3. And, let's pretend it's 1. It's supposed to be 1. So now I have to edit my matrix. And we're going to talk about how to fix the matrix, and we're going to talk about fractions. How can you represent fraction answers with your matrices? So I'm going to have to repeat a lot of this. I'm going to go back to second matrix. I need to edit my matrix, so I'm going to sideways arrow and enter. And all the information is good in here, so I'm just going to jump down and jump over. And it's the last number. It's not supposed to be a 3, it's supposed to be a 1 now, so I'm going to enter a 1. Now that's going to change the matrix. So I have edited the matrix, it's updated the information, so I'm going to do the same step number 2. I'm going to second mode, and that quits. Now here's a trick. A used to be an old matrix with a 3 in there, but I've just changed it to a 1, so this A in memory still has this new number. So here's a shortcut. I can take second enter, that activates the entry command. It goes back into memory, it pulls the previous command and puts the previous command on the command line. Except now this A is got new memory. It has the 1 that I just entered into it. So when I hit enter, it's going to give me a new calculation. And so when I change that one number, well, I get radically different answer. And so if you get a matrix that has crazy answers, sometimes it's nicer to have them simplified as fractions. And so you can do this all in one command. You can put the math conversion right on the ref command line, or you can just go second answer. And then that pulled the command again, and this time I'm going to go to the math menu and attach the convert to fraction command on it. So before, when I did it, I had all these crazy decimals, and here I can calculate it, and it will calculate the simplified reduced fractions for you. So it's a really nice clean matrix solution that way. Anyways, I hope those are some tools that'll help you work with your matrices when you're solving 3x3 equations. This can also work with 2x3 systems as well. And you just enter in a smaller augmented matrix. Anyways, I hope you found that helpful. Good luck with your algebra and study hard.